Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest on the line right now. We have Maurice Ashley. Good morning.
Morning. What's up?
Yeah, Maurice. This is chess, not checkers, bro.
That's right.
How many times have you heard that in your life?
Once or twice, and even worse.
Now, you're the first black chess grandmaster. Now, what does that mean for people that don't know?
A chess grandmaster is the highest title you could have in chess. It's what is conferred on you by the International Chess Federation after you compete in international tournaments generally around the world and hang with the other grandmasters and international masters in there.
Tell me the benefits.
I heard so much just because, I worked for Wu-Tang, and Jizza is like a huge fan of yours, and you guys actually did play chess recently again, right?
Yes, we did. We had a fundraiser. Hennessy did a fundraiser promoting Black businesses and Asian American businesses and Latinx businesses as well. And Jizza and the RZA were part of it. They played each other. The winner played a couple of streamers, or the winner of a couple of streamers, and then the winner of that, which was Jizza, played me. I played with 1 minute on my clock. He had 10 minutes on his clock, and we played two games, and I managed to beat him both games.
Is Jizza really good?
10 minutes and you only had one. That's a lot of pressure.
Well, yeah, I beat him the first game with 1.6 seconds left on my clock, so that was close. It was like a buzzer beater. And then the second game, I had 10 seconds left, so it was cool.
Is Jizza really good?
Jizza can play. They both can play, actually.
Mm-hmm.
But they still got some ways to go.
They actually are the ones that taught me how to play chess. And so at first, when I used to play, I didn't play on the clock, and it would take me so long just to make a move, because you have to really think, how many moves ahead would you say as a grandmaster do you think ahead?
It all depends on the situation. I could play chess blindfolded, so I can look ahead a lot of moves. Or if it's just an easy peasy situation where I know what to do, I don't have to look ahead. I just hit you with the move.
How did you learn how to play chess? What got you into chess as a kid?
Brooklyn Tech High School, going to school with my friends, Clotaire Colas, Chico, we called him, and we used to ball every single day after school playing chess like maniacs. And then I went to the parks, Prospect Park at first, met a bunch of brothers playing in the parks, of course, Washington Square Park, and there's a lot of parks where they play chess all around New York City, so I got in the scene that way.
Maurice, I grew up watching the movie Fresh. That's one of my favorite movies. How can the principles and the strategies of chess be applied to everyday life, in real life, not just movies?
Well, chess is a decision-making game. Every single move you make, you have to make a good decision. And it's the same in life. And with chess, we know one mistake will have severe consequences. You could go down the rabbit hole. You could lose the game. So we are always thinking ahead. We're always plotting our strategies. And we're always thinking about the other person's ideas. One of the things you see a lot of people don't do is respect other people's ideas, really trying to get into their mindset. You see it in politics, especially in our politics. It's ridiculous, but you see it in our personal lives as well. So chess really helps train you for that and other things.
What other celebrities have you played against that are pretty good?
Probably the best player celebrity-wise I played against is Will Smith.
Really?
He loves to play chess. He does. He loves to play chess. He's just heavily into it. I was stunned by the fact that he studied opening moves. He really knew his stuff. And he says that he plays every night just to relax. I don't know if he still does that, but Will is definitely a player.
Wow.
I feel like it also teaches you so much patience too, because it is something where you really have to sit there, concentrate. Sometimes games can go for hours. What's the longest game you ever played?
Oh my goodness. The longest game I ever played was 8 hours long. I was up till 2 a.m. playing against Grandmaster Dmitry Gurevich, and I had to say I lost that game, and it hurt bad. I mean, as a young player coming up, I had to take a bunch of beatings from the top players, but that one was rough. That one was really hard. But chess is two ways. You have the long games that take 8 hours, but then you have blitz games that only take 10 minutes, even bullet, where we play 1 minute chess. Like I told you, we're able to play really fast and instinctively. So you get both. You get both the patience factor and also the instinct to think fast on your feet.
Let me ask you a question, Maurice. I asked you how do you apply chess to everyday life. Reverse that. Can real life teach you anything about the game of chess?
Absolutely. They're intertwined. Chess has been around for 1,500 years, because it has that metaphorical intimacy with life. It really applies that what you do in chess happens in life, but what you do in life happens in chess as well. You know, life has its challenges. Growing up in Brooklyn, for example, you know, the streets were rough. Growing up in Brownsville, and I think that toughness, that roughness, I was able to translate back into my chess career, back onto the chessboard. You know, keeping it real, staying tough, staying patient, staying focused, not making mistakes, not cracking on the pressure, because you know out here it's real. You crack on the pressure, that could be the last time you walk this earth.
Right. Did you ever experience racism while you were playing chess?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's part of living. People didn't expect to see a brother playing chess. As you noted, I was among the limited number that broke through that barrier. And just there were people who would, you know, think like, okay, he's black, so he's not going to know how to play. I had Grandmaster call me a Schwarzer, which is a Yiddish term for, you know, for the N word. So, yeah, I just had to deal with certain circumstances, but I let my game do the talking.
When they play in the park, do they play for money? Do they play? Because sometimes when I see them in the park, I'm like, are they playing for money?
Well, you know they're playing for money now. Come on, Envy. You know they're playing for.
I honestly didn't know. So what's the most you won on the street? I'm just curious. It's like what do y'all play for? And this could be back in the day, so IRS won't bother you. What's the most you played for?
You know, it was never big change when you played on the streets because people knew what they were in for. So, you know, hustle knows hustle, game knows game. That was not really my deal anyway. My deal was playing in tournaments. I just wanted to get tougher by playing those players. So it was small time, man, 5, 10, 20s.
Have you ever gotten into a physical altercation playing?
No, it never happened to me, but I've seen it happen to other people, though. For real. People get upset when they play chess.
Well, you know, you talked about Will Smith, and when you said that, I said to myself, man, that makes so much sense. Like what does somebody's technique in chess teach you about them as a person?
Chess very much reveals who you are. The way you play chess reveals how you are in life. If you're the kind of person who is really a risk taker, ready to just go for it, take your chances, you're going to do that on the chessboard. If you're somebody who like squirrels away your money, you know, take life with no risks, no chances, that's what you're going to do on the board as well. So I can tell very much about a person's personality quickly after playing them a game of chess.
Can you uplift chess without shitting on checkers? Meaning, people love to say that, you know, it's chess, not checkers. What does that mean?
Look, I got big respect for checker players who are serious checker players. There are people who play on the high level. Y'all don't know. World championship tournaments. There's some checker grandmasters out there. So it's a complex game if you get deep into it, especially the 10x10 version, not the 8x8 version. They consider that garbage. But the 10x10 version, they call draw. It's a bigger type of board and a lot more complex. So, yeah, all those board games, man, you got to get into it. You got to get deep. You got to study. You got to read books. It's a serious world out there in the games land.
Yeah, I love the fact that, you know, you're a grandmaster, because that's just something our people don't see. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Black people, a lot of times we go towards athletics, entertainment, but I feel like you would inspire so many just because you've made money doing what you love to do, which is playing chess.
That's exactly right. It's a big issue for me as well. You know, I went to Rikers Island once to teach young people at Rikers. I'm talking about 17, 18, 19-year-olds. And I came in the first day, and the teacher introduced me as a grandmaster. And a young brother in the back looked at him and said, "There's no way he's a grandmaster. Karate. I thought he was going to be Asian or something."
Oh, wow.
Wow, yeah.
And, you know, that really hurt me because it spoke to the fact that when we see us as athletes and rappers and the like, it's easy. And that's our perception even of ourselves. And to see a fellow black man walk in the room and be a chess grandmaster, not only did it shock him, he insisted that it wasn't true. And so we've got to fix that. We're diverse. We have talents in multiple areas, and we need to promote our intellectuals that are doing big things in many different fields.
What does it take to be a grandmaster? Like, what does it take to get that on your name? Like, what does it take? What's the process?
The International Chess Federation has a very rigorous process based on who you play against. They have to be rated players. They have to be internationally ranked as well. There has to be grandmasters in the group of players you competed against. And based on their ranking, there's a formula that says you have to perform at this level. So it's very similar to I liken it to like if you wanted to be in the All-Star game and you had to play against LeBron and AD and KD and those cats. You have to prove yourself in battle or else you don't belong. There's nobody voting you in. There's no popularity contest. You've got to play and win the games.
You know, Jizza and DJ Muggs actually had a collaboration album that was called Grandmaster.
Yes, indeed. This I know.
I wanted to ask, how many women Grandmasters are there?
Currently, there are 37 women Grandmasters in the world. Women are vastly underrepresented in the sport. It's something that we're trying to address. I don't know if you saw the movie, the Netflix series, Queen's Gambit. That's just tearing up the airways right now. It's actually the most popular Netflix series in the world. Everybody's watching. It's been a runaway success. And I think it's mainly because of, the storyline. It was really well done. But also seeing a woman do her thing in that rarefied air has got a lot of people excited.
Do you actually drink Hennessy, Maurice?
I do from time to time. I don't, they gave me like, you don't even want to know. I got like the liquor store in my apartment right now. But I chill a little bit. I love a little cocktail once or twice.
How did you feel when they reached out to you for the Black Excellence campaign?
I was stunned, to be honest. It was absolutely incredible. It was an honor. I knew about the campaign, the Never Stop, Never Settle Wild Rabbit campaign, based on the story they did with Major Taylor. Marshall Taylor, the cyclist from the 1900s. And I only knew about it because I saw Hennessy ads. I only knew about him because I saw Hennessy ads while I was watching the NBA games. And when I found out they were going to do me and that possibly my commercial is going to run during the NBA playoffs while I'm watching LeBron get it done. And then on top of that, just thinking about the memories, the people who raised me, my mom who sacrificed all she sacrificed so that her kids could come to the United States. I'm from Jamaica originally. And, she was apart from us for 10 years. My grandmother in her older days raising us while my mom was away. My dad as well, turning his life around so he could be a part of our lives. And, it's just amazing to later have this opportunity to represent where I'm from and the people who really got me to where I am today.
And who introduced you to chess? Like,
I first learned from my brother. My brother played with his friends, but it was like any game. It was like checkers. It was like Monopoly. I didn't get serious until I got to high school, and that's when I fell in love with it and just played all day. I was one of the nerds in high school. One of the kids, Angela, she wouldn't even have looked at me back in the day. She'd have been like, oh, come on, man. He's like...
I love nerds now.
Oh, well, there you go. They usually come around later. They usually come around to the nerds later.
Yeah, once their thug boyfriend gets killed or sent to jail for life.
I'll be real.
I'm tired of my boyfriend stabbing people over me. Yeah. Is that a Brooklyn Nets hat you have on?
It's a BK hat. I'm really a Knicks fan. I hate to say it, but I'm Brooklyn through and through. So anything that represents Brooklyn, I'm with.
Yeah, we need you to switch over and make that switch.
I got my hat right here. You want me to change my hat now? I got my hat.
No. She's talking about keep that hat on.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. Now, I ride or die with the Knicks. Sooner or later, one day, hopefully, while I'm still alive, we're going to see a championship. We need that chip bad. It's just terrible.
You better put a time on this game.
We're not
going to put a time on this game.
Stop it.
You better put a time on that game.
No, come on. And now I'm hearing James Harden's trying to come to the Nets and make it a super team. And it's like, come on, how come nobody's talking about the Knicks like that, man? It's sad.
Bad management over there.
Maurice, I knew when radio was my passion, right? When did you know chess was your passion?
High school. I was lit up in high school, man. That was it. I just wanted to do it every day. My grades started slipping. My mother was talking to me like, what are you going to do with chess? Where's the money? Where's the money in chess? But I just really wanted to do it. I didn't even plan it. I just wanted to do it every single day. I didn't know what the money was going to be like. I wanted to become a grandmaster. That's all I knew. So you got to imagine a young brother in Brownsville, Brooklyn, reading chess books in his apartment. Gunshots is going outside, people jacking cars. And all I'm doing is studying chess every day. I mean, imagine that. I was just so passionate about it. It's all I wanted to do. And I can't believe, years later, becoming a grandmaster, getting inducted into the U.S. Chess Hall of Fame. I mean, it's like a miracle. It's crazy.
I have so much respect for the game too. When I used to be on tour with Wu-Tang, all they used to do backstage, people would think it would be wild, but they'll be back there playing chess for hours before they perform. And that's how they would RZA and Jizza, at least, that's how they would get ready.
It's amazing, man. It's an amazing game. It makes you mentally tough. gets you focused. It's just the type of game that transforms a lot of your thinking patterns and helps you to manage life better, manage business better. It's just fantastic. And I'm not surprised, man. Those guys, Jizza and RZA, they're the real deal. They're the real deal. So I see that. They're hooked on the game.
When did you make your first dollar? When did you say to yourself, oh, I can make money off this? And at what point did you go to mom and say, Mom, look?
You know, it's funny. It came to me. It was an old Jewish lady. Her name was Betty Dykeman. She's passed on. But she came up to me and said that they had a chess program with the American Chess Foundation that was bringing chess to inner city kids. And would I be interested in teaching kids in the Bronx and in Harlem? And I was in college at the time. And I was like, sounds interesting. And then they said, well, for your level of play, we'll pay you $50 an hour. And I was like, what? A college kid, $50 an hour? I mean, it was only like 8 to 10 hours a week, but still going to college and bringing that down, I was like, yo, this is it right here. When mom's heard that, she was eyes lit up like, okay, now you're finally getting paid. And it was, it's all gravy after that.
Absolutely.
Well, Maurice, we appreciate you for checking in and inspiring the youth.
Yeah, and how do they get in touch with you? Do you got like a class or something that's available, some way to teach these young kids, how to be like Maurice?
Well, we have chess programs in Brooklyn with the Police Athletic League. But if you really want to find out about me, you can just go on my website, mauriceashley.com, and I'm on all the social medias. You can hit me there too.
All right. Well, it's Maurice Ashley. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Thank you, brother.